The Pygmalion Effect. There's a famous Greek myth about the sculptor Pygmalion. According to legend, Pygmalion used a large piece of ivory to carve his vision of the ideal woman. His statue was so beautiful and realistic that he fell in love with it. Embarrassed and ashamed to admit his desires, Pygmalion made offerings to the love goddess Aphrodite. At her altar, he secretly prayed to meet a woman who would be the living likeness of her ivory girl. When Pygmalion got back to his studio, he planted a soft kiss on the statue. To his surprise, he found the ivory lips warm. When he kissed her again, the statue came to life. Pygmalion then married the woman of his own creation. The Pygmalion myth is about the self-fulfillment power of expectation. Pygmalion created a blueprint of what he wanted, and then it came to life. In other words, great expectations are met with greatness. And what's this about today? What am I talking about? The Pygmalion Effect. Well, essentially, it's that line I just said there. Great expectations are met with greatness. When you expect the best from others, you will get the best from them. I think that for the longest time, I actually still am. I think we all are biased towards the negative, believing in the worst outcome. If you plan for the worst, you'll be surprised if things work out good. Unfortunately, your belief in the outcome affects the outcome, right? So if you believe in a negative outcome, you're more likely for a negative outcome to happen. And the reverse is true. I want to talk about this. This is from the book Captivate, The Science of Succeeding with People. It's been a while since I read a book like this. This is sort of like if you're familiar with Dale Carnegie's book, which is called How to Win Friends and Influence People, this is sort of a modern version of it. For the longest time, I've always had trouble communicating with people. I'm always very socially awkward. I feel weird around people. I've had it for years, and for whatever reason, working one-on-one was the only thing that I could really do comfortably. I like working people one-on-one. There's something about that. When there's like multiple people, it makes things difficult, which is why I hate parties, and I avoid strangers like the plague. But enough of me. Talking about this Pygmalion Effect, I want to talk about because this is something I'm working on, something I want to get better at, is essentially being better with people. And I'm going to read you some stuff in here that maybe help you if you're interested in getting better with people. Or maybe dealing with social anxiety or shyness or some sort of I don't know what you would call it, but definitely wanting to get out of your shell. Here's the thing, right? Almost all the time when you're trying to impress somebody, it's not about impressing them. It's about them impressing you. That's really what it's about. It's about listening and then responding to what they listen to. Often when we're trying to impress a girl or we're trying to impress anybody, a boss or someone you want to do business with, a lot of it has to do with being able to uncover their shell and let them sound good. Here's another thing I highlighted. Being memorable is not about bringing up your high points. It's about highlighting theirs. Don't try to impress people. Let them impress you. Some other stuff. Being an amazing listener is not just about what you hear. It's about how you respond to what you hear. In every conversation, every interaction, every meeting we have, we want to give people a reason to remember us. And the best way for people to remember us is not to be the star. It's to make them the star. It's about bringing out the best in people. This just sounds so obvious sometimes, I feel like, but it's really just so... It's actually hard to do, because, think about this for a second. When you have some anxiety about meeting people, or you're uncomfortable around people, or you're just not the people person, you're the introvert, more or less, then, I don't know, maybe me, I don't know. When you're introverted or you're shy, you are thinking about yourself. You're not thinking about them. You're not thinking about how they feel. You're too focused on yourself, right? And a lot of the time, it really is about caring and thinking about the other people and really trying to, in a way, accommodate people, right? And allow people to sort of blossom in front of you, put them in the best light. And unfortunately, for the longest time, I see the worst in people, or see the negative sides of people. I criticize people in my head, and it's terrible, right? It's not good practice. Even though I know a lot of this stuff, and I've heard stuff similar to this, it's hard to put in practice because old habits die hard. That's the reality. but I'm trying to work on it, which is why I'm talking to you about it. Some other things. Here's some summary of the book, or summary of the chapter. This is called chapter review. We remember people who make us feel good and who make us want to be the best version of ourselves. Now, one of my concerns with that is I'm afraid that you're going to be fake, or I'm going to be fake, or I'm going to sound fake, or I'm going to sound disingenuous. That's why the whole purpose is actually to listen to the person. Like if you watch multiple of my videos, you have a sense for the type of person I am. At least in my videos, you have an idea for like the things that I like, and you can compliment me specifically about the things that you like about my videos. Same goes for any YouTuber or any person. There are specific things. You know what I mean? And I bring this up because we remember people who make us feel good and who make us want to be the best version of ourselves. For the longest time, I'm the type of person that likes to say negative things about people. I want to point out the wrong things in people. And this is exactly the most ineffective way to get people to work hard for you. It's kind of, I don't know why I like pointing out people's mistakes. It's so bad, right? You can optimize an interaction by expecting optimal outcomes. If I meet you, I need to expect an optimal outcome. Elevate people by hacking, listening, highlighting, and expecting the best around you. Being a highlighter helps you be the highlight. And what does it mean, the highlighter? It means to bring out the best in people. It's like, hey, this is so-and-so. He is really good at this. It's basically you're just building people up. And I'm not going to lie. I feel like that's like being fake. It's like you're just trying to pump someone's ego. And you know what's so funny about that? Why is that so bad? Why is it so bad to pump someone else's ego? When people say nice things to you, or when you hear nice things about yourself that other people say, which I know doesn't happen that often. It doesn't I mean, just in general, it doesn't happen a lot. But unless you're famous or whatever. But the nice things people say, they make you feel good, you know? And then what happens? You like that person. Now imagine if you did that to other people. They will like you. People will like you. Now, you can use this for the powers of bad and manipulate people, but I think for most part, most people who watch videos, or I mean, I would hope that people who watch my videos are not trying to be evil people, right? So the thing is just being able to some other notes that I wrote here, because I want to get better at this, you know, because like some of the things that I have been doing recently that because I don't like going out in public. I'm just such a homebody. I don't like asking for things, even from waiters, right? From going out. I hate going to the city. I live in the Bay Area. My wife loves going to San Francisco. I don't like San Francisco. I just don't like the parking. I don't like it. It's just not me. But I'm trying to come out of my shell. I still go, but I just don't like it, you know, just an introvert type person for those things. Great expectations are met with greatness. So if you expect great things from people, they're going to be great. When you tell people what they are, they become that. When you're awesome. I really feel that was just sort of disingenuous. But this is pretty genuine. I really do appreciate you watching my video, getting this far, 8 minutes in. It really does. It does mean a lot to me. It means you have a reason to listen to me. There's some sort of value you get from me, and it makes me feel good. See, that was genuine. You know, that's true. You know, you can't really pinpoint it. You know, being authentic is being authentic, being honest. I don't know. I can talk about that more, but that's hard to talk about. Again, let me say this again. When you tell people that they are people, if you tell people what they are, they become that, especially towards you. If you tell someone that's stupid, they will feel stupid and act stupid. You know, I mean, maybe not quite that literal, but if you tell someone they're smart, they will act smart and they will feel smart and they will like you. You know, and maybe the person isn't that smart. Maybe the person is not the brightest person in the bunch, right? But by telling them they're stupid, or telling them, or being a smartass, which I do a lot, I will say some smart ass shit to make people feel dumb because I'm just an idiot or an asshole like that. It makes people feel bad, you know? And when they feel bad about you. Not only do they feel bad about themselves, they feel bad about you, you know? I confuse people a lot because I tend to be excessively sarcastic, and it just makes people dislike me. Or I confuse people, really, or basically my close friends and family. When you tell people what they are, they become that, or are more likely to perform how you say. This is the thing that I highlighted in my notes here. Have a positive bias about people. And maybe you already have that if you're watching this video. And I am not that person yet. You know, I want to be. I do. Sometimes I am. And it's sort of demanding on me. I need to do more of that because I have kids. I mean, if I expect the best of them, I see the best in them, they're going to be the best. And they're 3, 5 years old, 10 years old. They're just kids, I'm basically just telling you all my character flaws right now. See the good in people. See the best. Focus on them, right? Don't try to impress people. Have them impress you. Help them bring the best out of themselves. One thing I have been doing that this book has made me pay attention to is making eye contact and seeing people's faces, like their eyebrows, their eyes, their nose, their face. And then trying to give a genuine smile. I don't know this person, people at daycare, I don't really know them like personally, but why can't I look at you and just smile? Just to have it's okay that you can have a genuine smile and you can make eye contact. And all I'm trying to do is I'm noticing their eye color and I'm just trying to pay attention because you can tell when someone is in a good mood or in a bad mood. You get a sense for things, and I want to pay attention to this. And a lot of the time I don't like doing this because I feel afraid. I feel self-conscious because I don't want to connect with people because I'm afraid. That's just the truth of it. Try to give people a warm smile. And that's pretty much it. I recommend this book. I actually listened to all her podcast interviews. So what I'll do is I will leave a link in the description for this book if you want to get on Amazon. I actually bought the audiobook and the Kindle book because it's just how I do things. But it's called Captivate: The Science of Succeeding with People. The other thing too is that there's a really good podcast interview with Jason Ferrugia, one of my podcasts I listened to, and also I think it was Lewis Howes. I don't know. Yeah, Lewis Howes, where they talked about where they just had an interview, and they were amazing interviews, and I love them. So that's all I wanted to say. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'd actually like to. What do I want to say? I don't know. What can I do? Or what can you do? Like, what can you do differently? How can you become a better listener? Like, actually, I want to say some other things because I think there's actually because I've read this chapter multiple times. I've listened to the chapter multiple times. And she did this thing where she was silent, right? She was silent for like 7 days or something. She didn't talk. And she went to a networking event and wasn't allowed to talk. She brought these cards and she would just say, I'm doing a vow of silence. And what ended up happening is she had conversations with people, but really just let them talk, She had this one conversation with somebody, and it was interesting. Here was her response. After meeting with her, she said, it may surprise you, he said at the time. No, it's not it. It's basically what ended up happening was they loved her because she didn't talk, It says here, okay, here goes. Here's her email, okay? So she said back, "Hey, Vanessa," this is the name of the author, right? "Hey, Vanessa, I have been thinking so much about our conversation last night. I just joined your body language course and can't wait to start it. I would love to take you out to coffee in the next few weeks if you're free." This email boggled my mind, right? That's what she said. I hadn't said a single word, but somehow our conversation was so memorable that it brought me business, right? And what is that? Why is that? Because you let the other person talk, And that's interesting, It's just interesting. The silence is the best conversations. Silence is that here. As humans, we are desperate to be heard. The biggest thing I learned during my vow of silence is that the best conversations aren't about you, about what you say. They are about what you hear. And I think I'll leave it there. The best conversations about what you say, they are about what you hear. And a lot of it is just responding to what people say, listening, being warm, being inviting, and just being someone cool to hang around with, right? That's the people you like to hang out around with. People who are cool, who don't pressure you, that just cool. Maybe some reasons why you watch some of my videos or listen to my videos, because I'm cool, or I whatever, I provide something interesting, but I'm also not annoying, right? Anyways, thanks for watching my video. Thanks for listening. click the thumbs up button, like my video. I'll see you later. Bye.